episode ka na to, pero every time may episode, nandun pa rin yung kamas sa una.
Sige, okay lang. Pag naiyak ka, mawala na yan. Hindi nakaban ka din.
Hindi mo. Ay, hindi ko monitor yung sir. Okay.
Yun na rin. Eh, nakalive na ba?
Live.
Yan nga, yun yung episode.
Cute naman. Gusto ko talaga dati mag-podcast. Parang ang dami ko man. Hanas siya buhay.
Maraming ginasundo.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Amplifying Voices, a podcast series by Smart Speech Learning and Development Center where life stories are celebrated and potentials are uncovered. I'm your host, Saidi Bigtas. In tonight's episode, we will delve into the captivating story of a fearless and daring traveler who defied the odds in her search to find her life's purpose. Let us discover how she successfully navigated through the rough waves to find her valuable gem, her purpose. Listen and be inspired by an incredible journey of uncovering life's purpose amidst uncertainty. We will get to know more about her and her fascinating life story, so be sure to tune in. So nandito naman po tayo sa panibagong episode with our Amplifying Voices, a podcast series by yours truly, Smart Speech Learning and Development Center. And for this New Year's episode, we will uncover a special guest or a story of our special guest, a young lady from Montreal, Masbate. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in communication from Bicol University College of Arts and Letters. She is a teacher, beauty queen, and a mental health advocate. In tonight's episode, she will share her quest for her life's purpose. Please help me welcome Miss Rochelle Lagamayo to tonight's special episode of Amplifying Voices, a quest for life's purpose. So, hi Miss Rochelle, good evening and welcome to our podcast series. Thank you for heeding to our call to be one of our empowered individuals to share her life stories to our Orange community. Kumusta po kayo ngayon?
Grabe naman yung introduction. So, thank you for this opportunity. I've always wanted to do podcasts to, share my experience, my life experiences, para hindi lang siya sa sarili ko, maybe to inspire other people. So it's really an opportunity to be here, and yeah, it's an honor to guest in your especially special guest. Sorry. Okay.
We are more than grateful, Miss Rochelle, kasi dun pa lang sa brief introduction or meeting natin last December 2024, yung chapter na ni-close. Grabe na yung mga empowering words na narinig ko sa'yo. And I think the Orange community, our viewers tonight, will be more than happy and grateful to also hear your inspiring story so that sa panibagong taon na to, of course, we will have bagong opportunities as well as bagong struggles. So let this be the start or the fresh start of this year's 2025. So since nandito na tayo lang naman sa topic sa bagong taon, which is 2025, let us not forget yung mga, kumbaga, yung mga goals natin for this year. Ano ba yung top 3 goals mo ngayon, Miss Rochelle, for 2025?
Actually, there were some of my goals in 2024 that I was not able to, reach. So, but for 2025, ang pinaka-goal ko ngayon is to have a stable work and financial stability. And second is to get to know more about myself. That's, I think, one of the most important. People come and go. So, I think it's important na mag-focus tayo sa sarili natin and not just with the people or things around us. So, and peace of mind.
Definitely.
Peace of mind.
Of course.
On top, peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
You can have it all, but if you don't have peace of mind, it's still nothing.
Yun pa rin yung, kumbaga, ang hirap pa din na i-achieve. Wala siyang talagang value, pero parang ang hirap niyang... It's one of the extravagance, not really in amount that can be quantified, pero talaga yung kung paano mo siya makukuha, especially in today's time. So, ngayon lang naman na nandito tayo, galing ka bang Masbate or did you travel earlier or kahapon?
Kahapon pa ako pumunta sa Ligas kasi I have a pending application. So, that's willing. So, sabi ko nga, nung December 21 yung first official na schedule natin. So, sobrang talaga ako doon, heartbroken. Kasi sabi ko, parang hindi ako nakapunta. I really wanted to do this episode. So, sabi ko, hindi pwedeng hindi ako pumunta dito. Like, Orange community has been my family. And isa kayo sa mga tao na nakakita ng potential ko. So, this should go, push through.
Thank you for making it possible, and thank you also to our viewers for patiently waiting for us and for tuning in tonight. So, then going back sa top 3 goals mo for 2025, dun ba sa nasa list priority, do you plan perhaps on going back to teaching? Kasi in the last conversation we had, you had this sudden leap of faith na hindi ko talaga malilimutan, as also mentioned earlier kanina habang we had our pre-session. So, if you don't mind, do you plan to go back to teaching?
Actually, teaching is a very humbling job. My mother was a teacher, my sister was a teacher. So, actually, when I was a kid, I did not really see myself being a teacher. Kasi, ang pasensya ko is, ate. Sobrang konti lang. Like, sabi ko, Mama, bakit ka nag-teacher? Sabi ko, like, di ko talaga na-foresee yung sarili ko na magiging teacher. But because life has its own way of humbling you, I really believe na you have to be careful what you say or what you say to yourself or to other people. Kasi I used to say na hindi ako magiging teacher. Pero sabi ng life, hindi. Kailangan mo ma-experience to. I did enjoy teaching in Thailand, but I did try for like over a year. So I would say na it's a good job, pero hindi ko nakita yung sarili ko na I would go along with this occupation. Kasi you can only do so much, pero pag hindi talaga yun yung gusto mo, Alam mo yung feeling na you wake up every day and hindi ka excited sa ginagawa mo. Parang you're only doing it kasi you have to. But sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi ako magiging ganitong tao. Like, I'm single. I have nothing to lose. So, whatever it is na hindi ko pa na-achieve ngayon, I will achieve it. I will try to achieve it this year. And for teaching, I would say na hindi ko kino-close yung sarili ko sa opportunity. Like, I would still love to impart the knowledge and experiences I have gained for 25 years of my existence. But right now, hindi ko siya priority.
Dun ba sa experience mo in teaching in Thailand, ano ba yung 3 main challenges na na-encounter mo? Do you think if given the chance to teach here in local community, kunwari, ano kayo yung pinagkaiba nila?
I would say sa Thailand, since they are not an English-speaking country, one of the most challenging part is the language barrier. Kasi kakapunta ko pa lang doon and I don't know their language and some of them don't really speak English. So yun. Second is yung culture. I think hindi naman siya challenge for me as well kasi ano naman ako, parang mabilis naman ako mag-adapt. And I really love their noodles. It's to die for. And the third is siguro homesick. Naalala ko nung college ako. My mother would always tell me, nasan ka na naman? Kasi lakotsera talaga ako. Like, the money that I get from pageantry, like, pag nananalo ako or there's like a consolation prize, I would allot or schedule a weekend where I would go out of Legazpi, like Sorsogon, sa Tabaco, basta yung mga malalapit lang dito na lugar. Like, ganyan ako kalakotsera. Kaya, doon ko na-realize na nung mag-Thailand ako, na homesick, homesick girl pala ako na sabi ko, miss ko na sila mama. Like, alam mo yung feeling na nandun ka nga sa ibang bansa, pero yung people that would make your life even happier, or alam mo yun, parang would remind you na life is worth living, is nandito. Kasi sabi ko, I wanna go back to the Philippines. If, sa next question naman, if given a chance na magturo dito, like what I have said, I'm not closing my door. But right now, it's not my priority.
So, okay, thank you, Mr. Shao, for sharing that. So, aside from perhaps going back home, if you don't mind, ano pa ba? How did you cope up with yung homesickness? Kasi yung nasa Thailand ka na.
Oh, I'm actually living with my sister.
I see.
Sa Thailand. So may ano sila doon, may apartment. So, hindi ako masyadong, how I cope up with homesickness was through his kids.
May mga resemblance ba? Doon na lang pinakamalapit.
Like, pag nalulukot ako sa kwarto, lalabas lang ako niyan. Nasaan yung mga anak ko? Tapos, yan, maano na lang. Parang, I would also go to Bangkok. Kasi yung lugar nila ate is parang province. So, every time, or if there's a time, every weekend, magsusolo travel ako yung papunta ng Bangkok. So, commute lang. Natutunan ko rin kasi tanong-tanong. Parang ganun ako ka-outrageous ba? Parang pupunta ko sa
Mag-isa lang, tapos magtanong-tanong lang. Hindi ka ba gumamit ng Google Maps?
Gumagamit ako, ay girl, yun yung pinaka
Saving?
Yung pinaka, most used app ko, tsaka yung Google Translate. Oo, kasi sa Thailand, hindi naman sila, I mean, nakakaintindi sila, pero word by word. So, yun, pag hindi ko talaga, or I'm in a hurry, I will just use Google Translate na saying, where can I ride a bike, ride a cab, where can I find this one? Tapos, I had this travel na, yung sa, parang ano siya, museum. Like, it was my very first time going to a museum out of the country pa. So, it's, off the bucket list. Parang lang, na, ang ganda lang sa feeling na you get to do things on your own. Tapos, wala kang problema na, ay, magugustuhan ba ito nila pag pumunta dito? Parang wala kang ibang iniisip. Parang, it's all on you na sobrang peaceful, tapos sobrang fulfilling siya kasi nakapunta ka sa isang lugar. Though you ask for help sa mga locals, pero hindi mo naman sila makakilala, di ba? Tapos it's out of the country. So I think that was one of my biggest accomplishment na mag-roam around sa out of the country.
It says a lot about din sa'yo kasi siguro for first time travelers, even kunwari isa locals lang, ang hirap mag-travel mag-isa, and what more if out of the country. And to think na kaya mong i-brace yung ganon. You're a very fearless traveler, as I mentioned doon.
I think life has really a big impact to what person I am today. Kasi I realized na people will leave, syempre may kanya-kanya tayong priorities sa buhay. So, lalo na pag friends, hindi mo man sila basta-basta matatawagan or, hey, can you come with me? Ganyan. People come and go, and people will turn their backs on you, and you will lose a lot of things na kala mo sa'yo na although you worked hard for it, pero you'll never know na sooner or later, you will lose it. But at the end of the day, just don't lose yourself. Kasi, pag wala na ang lahat, like, pag mag-isa ka na lang sa room mo and all that, all you have is yourself. Kaya, napansin ko nga kanina, sabi ko, yung sa introduction mo na, how I navigated my life. I would not say I already navigated my life. I'm still navigating it. And if people will ask me, what am I doing right now? I would say I'm still defying odds. And yeah, it's really hard. Kasi people see me as a strong person. Pero, it's hard sometimes. Okay, sometimes we also meet someone na, though I'm very thankful sa family ko, kasi they have been with me since day one. So, yun nga, yung tagay ng sinabi ko sa'yo na, parang it's important, life is already tough. So, it's important to have someone or to have a village of people na, who will support you no matter what. Like, bigain ka man ng mundo. Parang at the end of the day, may uuwian ka, may mapagkukwentuhan ka. Kahit 2 or 3, okay na yan.
Sabi nga nila, it's the quality, not the quantity. And it's nice kasi kumbaga, you got to experience kung ano ba, what life will be, kung sakali man na at some point, ikaw lang, you only have yourself. At least kaya mo nang, yun nga, i-navigate yung sarili mo, what you will do, ano ba yung, kung paano mo i-comfort yung sarili mo. Kasi kung ganun talagang moment, sino pa naman, di ba? Sino pa naman naasahan natin it's only us and maybe the divine. But of course, since we are also, sabi mo nga kanina, we are still trying to find ourselves amidst these happenings or circumstances, maganda na meron na tayong kumbaga gateway kung ano ba yung pwedeng mangyari kung ano man in the near future. So dun sa experience na yon, Mr. Shell, ano ba yung biggest takeaway mo or learning dun sa experience mo teaching in Thailand?
I had recent judging stint sa Montreal, sa munisipyo namin. And yung organizer doon asked me for a biodata. And yung nilagay ko doon is, I think this is my living principle right now. And in relation sa tanong mo na takeaway, I would say na live your life in a way na happy ka. Regardless of your occupation, regardless of kung sino ang nandyan sa tabi mo, regardless kung ano sasabihin ng ibang tao. Live your life boldly. Like, it's your own life. It's your own book. You have to write it as if it's your own. I mean, it's your own. Yun. Kasi parang people nowadays, they are so bothered with I mean, it's natural na ma-pressure ka sa social norms. Pero I think it takes a lot of liberation then to understand, to deeply understand na material possessions in people and things, they're just temporary. Pero how you live your life is for life. Parang you have to live your life kung paano mo gusto maalala ka ng tao.
Not because na-pressure ka, not because this is expected from you, by other people. Siguro, I don't know if siguro kung mostly can relate or perhaps most can relate. Siguro yan yung one of the main challenges nowadays, especially sa mga peers natin. The challenge na to be happy and successful at the same time. Kasi perhaps yung iba, they are chasing after the success, material, in terms of material or status or ranks. Pero talaga yung, kumbaga, yung success beyond that, which is genuine happiness, ang hirap mahanap. Like, kasi, kung sakali man na maging happy ka, parang fleeting moment lang. Tapos, kumbaga, hindi siya naglalast. And I think yun nga, maganda yung sinabi mo na, we live our life na happy tayo, not because ito yung gusto nila para sa atin, but because ito talaga yung gusto natin. So, then, Mr. Shell, sa experience mo sa Thailand, ano ba yung nag-motivate sa'yo to actually go there?
Actually, it's still life. Life happens all the time. Siguro, yung nag-push sa akin is, parang I had this moment na ayoko maging stagnant. Although, my life in Thailand wasn't sure. Pero sabi ko, ayoko maging stagnant. Like, sabi ko lang sa sarili ko, kahit mag-struggle ako sa ibang bansa or anywhere, as long as I'm moving. Yeah.
I can definitely agree with that. I mean, no matter how hard it is, kumbaga, as long as talagang passion mo, go lang. Pero yung sinabi mo kanina na you're only doing it because part na siya ng routine mo. Parang, what's the purpose kung ganun pa din na, yun nga, you're striving Pero yun, hindi dahil gusto mo siya, but because you are obliged to do it. So, dun sa experience mo na yun, ano ba yung nag-ano sa'yo, nag-udyok sa'yo?
I think I would say the same reason na nung nag-decide ako na gusto ko mag-senior high school dito sa Legazpi. I want to try new environment. And that time, siguro ang difference lang is when I go to Thailand, parang, I had the opportunity na, kay ate nga, parang my sister gave me an opportunity to go out of my comfort zone. But ewan ko, parang sobrang stagnant nun ng life ko na parang feeling ko I'm not moving up sa career ko as me as a woman. Tapos, when I had the opportunity, sabi ko, kahit di ko alam yung anong buhay ang naghihintay sa akin doon, I still took it. Kasi sabi ko, it's just the word new country. Parang it gave me parang light na maybe I can live my life in a different way. Hey, you can always try, and if it does not work out, then you should try again. At least you tried.
At least, sorry. At least dun pa lang, we already have our 50% chance of winning. Kasi kung hindi natin talaga i-try, 0 na agad.
Kasi, ngayon, kung hindi ako nagpunta ng Thailand, hindi ko ma-realize kung ano talaga yung gusto ko para sa sarili ko. Hindi ko ma-experience life of a teacher, which is very humbling, I would say. And hindi ko matututunan ang dapat kong natutunan ang pagpunta ko doon. So, pag may experience ka daw sa life, it's enough to keep you moving forward. Kahit wala ka ng ganito, ganyan, at least, hindi ka na mag-start from scratch. You will start from experience. Ano sabi yun?
Napakaganda siyang idea. Kasi yun naman talaga, at least, hindi naman, sabi mo kanina, everything is temporary, pinahiram lang sa atin. At least, kung mawala man yun, or mawala man kung ano man yung nandito sa atin, at least yung experiences natin nandun, yung learnings natin nandun. And I think, sabi nga baga yung common saying, experience is the best teacher. And I highly agree with that. Kasi, other than the books na pwede natin, other than sa learning sa books, yung mga experience natin sa field, sa real life setting, yun din talaga yung magmo-mold especially or particularly ng ating personality as an individual and especially as a woman in today's time. So, dun ba, Miss Rochelle, sa experience mo sa Thailand, nakwento mo din last time, ako nang mag-spill, na parang dun mo din, may sudden twist na pumasok ka or dati ka naman nang sumasali sa pageant, but napakaganda yung story mo dun, yung story into joining one of the biggest competitions in our province or in Sorsogon province. So ano ba yung story behind doon, Miss Rochelle, if you don't mind?
Actually, for most people who knew me, I gained so much weight after my dad passed away. So after pa nun, nag-pandemic, so parang nagsunod-sunod. So, I really gained a lot of weight back then. And then, nung pagpunta ko sa Thailand, sabi ko, I'm gonna reinvent myself. And ganyan. Tapos, nung 2024, early 2024, I've been praying to God na, Lord, give me sign if I should really stay here in Thailand or whatnot. Basta give me sign. Tapos, nung pagpunta ko dun sa Thailand, nag-start na ako nun mag-lose weight. Pero, hindi siya consistent kasi I'm still battling with my mental health. Ngayon, alam mo yung mga anxiety, yung mga doubts and all that. Like, parang hinihila ka palagi. Gusto mo na lang mahiga, ganyan. Gusto mo magkulong. Pero, I try to show up. Not really every day, I would say. Pero I showed up back then. Tapos, I heard there will be a pageant or national pageant yung Kasangayahan. Tapos sabi ko, baka ito na yun. Ganun. Pero compared sa mga beauty queens, my body is way different from theirs. Sabi ko, ano yung laway ko? Pero sabi ko, passion ko to, so I'm gonna go for it. So, tuloy-tuloy ako magpapayat. Tapos sabi ko sa sister ko, I wanna join. Very supportive man sila. Tapos, yung mga relatives namin dun sa Thailand, they were really supportive. Starting nung sa application online. Kasi may application mo na online before ka makapasok sa final screening. Tapos, na naman ako noon na parang nanghina na naman yung loob ko noon kasi the day na dapat i-send yung email na kung makakapasok or hindi ko na-receive. Yun pala, na-late lang. So, nakapasok ako noon sa grand screening. I mean, sa online, nakalagpas pala ako sa online screening. So, that means I have to be here in the Philippines by a certain date para sa grand screening. I don't know, but before ako nag-travel going here, ang dami ko pa struggles. Like, I don't wanna talk about it, pero parang tinest talaga nun yung persistency ko if I really want this, if I really want that, to be part of that pageant. And then, nag-resign ako and all that. And a lot of things happened. Tapos, nung parang 3 days before ng flight ko, umiyak ako noon kasi sabi ni ate, my sister Leanne, sabi niya, my mom would always tell me na magpakumbaba. Kasi pag nagpapakumbaba na, parang God has His own way of giving it back to you. Pero nung time na yun, parang umiyak ako kasi parang it's a sin to question His will. Pero parang umiiyak ako nun kasi parang palagi na lang ako yung magpapakumbaba. Tapos, bakit nandito pa rin ako? Gano'n. Sabi ko, parang ang unfair naman. Tapos, parang sabi ko, life must go on. Tapos, nakaalis ako ng bansa. Nakabalik ako ng bansa. Tapos, fast forward sa screen, nakapasok ako and all that. So, di ba, nag-resign ako and sabi ko, okay, ano na to? Ano yung tawag nila? Go big or go home. Go big or go home ako doon. Sabi ko, parang deja vu na pagpunta ko doon, I have nothing. Pagbalik ko dito, I have nothing. Pero I have experiences. Sabi ko, I'm gonna go for it. Then, super happy ko kasi it was my first national pageant. Sabi ko, tapos fast forward, nakapasok ako like for 230 plus applicants. 50 lang kami na nakuha. So, very fortunate ako kasi, me as a person, di ba may standard ang beauty queen? Pero pag tinignan mo ako, parang I'm far from it. Pero I feel like a beauty queen is more than just a physical. It's about purpose. Bakit ka sumasabi sa akin?
I highly agree with that, Mr. Shell. I mean, perhaps we have the social standards of how a beauty queen should look like, but you are already a beauty queen as you are. You already a queen as you are, and I think yung sa akin lang, mas nagsashine tayo because of our purpose, joining this certain event and having this advocacy or purpose rather than really focusing on what's seen by the naked eye. I think yun yung mas valuable, especially valuable sa kanyang adventure. And I think you have it with you, yung purpose. Kasi sabi mo nga, in-spill ko ulit na you had this advocacy, right? Care to tell us ano yung advocacy mo?
Actually, personally, my advocacy is all about mental health. Pero sabi ko, I want it to be purposeful for everybody. So sabi ko, since I had an experience working at the local tourism in our municipality, I would focus on the promotion of our tourism. So, promotion of the tourism is the platform, pero I wanted to focus dun sa Project Botella nung may alma mater, Montreal National High School. So, yung pinaka-gist talaga ng advocacy ko is gagawa ng mga camping barricades, mga tables and chairs out of that bottle na may mga nakalagay na basura. And I think it's very universal kasi yung pinaka-focus ng governor ng Sorsogon before was 7K. So, yung 7K na yun, na-touch ko yung kalinigan, katrangkiluhan, kalikasan, and tree, yeah. So, just by the idea na yung mga tao sa Montreal, they would put their plastic wrappers inside that bottle and turning that bottle into something artistic or aesthetically pleasing para makagawa ng mga table, chairs na magka-catch ng attention ng mga tourists, both local and international. I think it's a big step. Actually, right now, they are still going with it. It's just that for every bottle, very na siya yung implementation ng Project Botella sa Montreal. So I'm really hoping na other municipalities and places will adopt too. So ngayon yung ginagawa ng local tourism is, ng local government is for every bottle na ma-accumulate, papalitan nila ng, I'm not sure if 1 kilo of rice. So, parang rin yun, parang help din siya sa mga locals na, lalo na sa mga remote areas na, with just 1 bottle, mas mahihikayat sila na, parang ma-maintain yung cleanliness, na ilagay dun yung mga basura or plastic wrappers. Tapos, pag meron na sila nun, meron na rin silang bigas, which is very, helpful na, lalo na sa mga remote areas. Kaya,
we want to congratulate you with that Mr. Shell. I think at that moment or in this moment you already served your purpose as a queen because you get to inspire them. Napakaganda naman talagang advocacy yun kasi yun nga, aside from mas nabibeautify yung surroundings, may purpose pa din siya sa atin in terms of garbage reduction, ganyan. Kasi to think na ang dami nating basura because of yung waste everyday na pinalabas natin or na ginagamit natin. Napakaganda yun na advocacy. To think din na pati yung iba na i-inspire na din na i-adapt siya sa programs nila. And
Thank you.
congratulations. I think
It's all credits to siyempre the local government of Montreal and my alma mater, Montreal National High School.
And while you're having that advocacy, while you're still in the process of yung actualizing or realizing your advocacy, nandun pa din, kumusta na ba yung mga worries mo? Doon sa initial na pagsisimula mo pa lang dun sa pageant, yun ang sa kasanggayahan. While you're having, kasi nakita ko, you have your promotional video, right? So, kumusta ba? May improvement na ba? Nandun pa din ba yung worries mo na, what if hindi enough? Or what if hindi pa din sapat? Filipino lang. So, meron bang ganon?
Worries.
May mga worries pa rin ba?
Of course. I mean, I think it's human nature to worry all the time. You just have to manage it. Like, I mean, for those people who do not know, Miss Kasanggayahan has been canceled. And I have not talked about it before. Like, I gave so much for that pageant. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I gave so much for that pageant. I gave up my life in Thailand, and I prioritized it because I really wanted it only to be canceled. But I'm not hindi masama yung loob ko kasi it has reasons, or the government has reasons why they canceled it, and I think it's for the common good nung mga nasalanta ng bagyo, which is very noble din naman. It's just that hindi siya sa akin nag-sink in a way na sabi ko, I have to continue. Kasi, what can I do? Alangan, should I rant in social media? Parang it's not right. So, parang may mga struggles sa buhay na you don't need to broadcast it outside. Parang you just have to deal with it kasi if nag-complain ako noon na bakit hindi na tuloy, parang nag-exert na kami ng effort, ng time, and all. Tapos, only to be canceled. Parang, naiisip ko siya, pero hindi ko alam, pero hindi ako ganun. Siguro, na rin, yung the way I respond to things, na, parang, people come and go, and so does opportunities. So, I took my chance for that pageant. Siguro there's a bigger reason or purpose bakit siya na cancel. So if you were to ask me what are my worries right now, I would say there's none kasi as what I've said a while ago, I'm single, I'm capable. There's so much ahead of me. And kung anong nawala sa akin, then go. Like, hindi kayo
I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold back my laugh and try to be professional at most times. But yeah, okay. I do agree with that. Kaya mo yan. Kasi naman, sabi nga nila, as long as we are breathing, everything is possible. And siguro if, perhaps in the coming years, when you look back at this memory, kumbaga, doon mo na ma-realize yung learning kung bakit yun nga. Totoo talaga totoo talaga yung everything happens for a reason. Kasi perhaps clouded pa yung judgment natin, may mga emotions pa tayo na hindi pa siya na-release. Kaya kumbaga hindi pa natin siguro nakikita yung bigger picture or bigger things. But perhaps when we go down our memory lane few years from now, doon natin makikita na, ay, kaya pala nangyari to
Yeah.
kasi ganito. Kasi actually, when I am alone, and usually I am alone, I also, most of the time, I also have that moment na nagsiself introspect ka na binabalikan mo yung mga experiences dati. And minsan may aha moment na lang na, ay, kaya pala nangyari to kasi ganito. Dun, unconsciously, dun mo na ma-realize yung mga learnings ng buhay-buhay as life is a gift and life is amazing.
And people would ask me if I have regrets. I would say none. Kasi, parang the decisions I have made in the past made the person I am today. And if I had not made that decision, I don't know, parang you have to let go of the word what if. Kasi, parang mag-spiraling ka lang yan if you will keep going back to your past, what could have been. I mean, life, every day is a decision. So, you have to take it and stick with it. And regardless of the outcome, at least you made the decision and you stick with it.
And you tried, and you showed up.
Yeah. So, actually, nung napaisip ako nung sabi mo yung goal ko ngayon, siguro it has been my goal for like a year. I would definitely put peace of mind on top of my priority. And my dreams. I have my dreams and aspirations as a woman. So, I would say na sa life is tough. Yung best ko rin nasabi. Life is really tough and unfair. But, parang you don't give up on something great just because it's difficult. Diba? I mean, there are some things na worth the risk. There are some things that are not. But you have to make decisions all the time.
Kumbaga, sa ganyan na sitwasyon, we really have to choose kung ano ba yung dapat and let go yung hindi naman talaga kailangan.
Yeah.
Kasi mostly, yun din yung
Baggage.
yung mga extra baggage natin na mas naghihinder sa kung ano yung pwede natin magawa, especially as of the moment. So, dun sa experience mo, meron ka ba na, kumbaga, take away din dun dun sa going back sa experience mo sa pageant. And how do you handle or cope with the sudden twist of fate ulit?
I would say, yun sa, parang I'm not to brag, pero parang I had this liberation na I know that what's meant for me will always stay, and what's not meant for me will just vanish. And siguro faith in God na everything happens for a reason. And pinaka-importante yung the people you surround yourself with, na kahit kahit you don't share the same aspirations and goals, but they understand you or they support you. Yun, parang it's enough to go on, to move forward. Kasi pag there's a sudden twist in your life and magpapadala ka sa emotions, may iiwan ka eh. May iiwan ka lang.
To think na iba na din yung nagagawa pag emotion na yung nagdodominate.
Oo.
So, dun sa challenges na yun, ano ba yung biggest, yung learning ulit, yung one significant learning na binigay sa'yo ng experience na yun?
sobrang cliche niya actually. I mean, sobrang cliche niya, but not all people can grasp. I mean, the idea of it. The people come and go. So does opportunities. So what you can do is, maging self-aware ka. I think, yun yung as an individual, you have to practice self-awareness. Kasi, pag self-aware ka, alam mo kung anong gusto mo. Alam mo kung anong gusto mo sa ibang tao, paano ka itrato. Anong gusto mo sa buhay mo. Pero at the same time, there's rules and boundaries if you are self-aware. Pag
Are you gonna cry?
Ay, di, walang
Kidding.
Walang iyak.
Walang iyak ngayon. Pang 3 pa lang.
Oo,
ng
parang-
2025.
Actually,
Third day.
Grabe ka na
ng 2025.
ngayong 2024, parang, I thought it was my year. So, advice ko lang sa inyo, stop saying every year na it's your year. Kasi you will be just disappointed if it's not.
You'll just get frustrated.
Oo, parang, just live your life boldly and authentically and everything will follow. Like, create your principles and stick with it. I mean, it's also good to sometimes break it, but not too much. So, do things that makes you feel alive, especially if no one is holding you back. No one should hold you back. I mean, if people do really love you, they should not hold you back from doing things that keeping you alive or happy, making you happy. So yun, parang, it's actually life is simple, but it's unfair.
Yun nga. But parang natatawa, like, kidding. So, pero siguro yung biggest din na challenge sa atin is yung to seize the moment and enjoy the moment and cherish the moment while also having this idea to do things at a certain time. Perhaps most or lahat naman sa atin merong mga timeline. Perhaps because of the new start ngayong bagong taon, meron na silang mga vision board kung ano yung gusto nilang ma-accomplish. So I think siguro sa mga nangyayari ngayon, magandang gawin na yun nga, to enjoy the moment, to seize the moment. But at the same time, ang hirap din na while you're enjoying the moment, you're also chasing after something that is really hard, especially yung time. I think it's not really chasing after someone. It's chasing after time. Kasi you cannot grasp it physically, you cannot control it, and you just have to live with it every second, ano man mangyari. And, yun nga, natouch ako yung sa sharing natin kanina, na no matter what, kung ano man yung plans natin, principles natin, we have to push through it, or go with it. Kasi, ano ba yung... That's life. Anong magagawa natin? Like, we must move on. Kumbaga, yun na lang yung magagawa natin. And na-realize ko din, based sa sharing mo, na parang dun sa experience mo sa pageant, yung siguro in a third person point of view, maganda yung learning dun para siguro sa amin na narinig yung kwento mo. Kasi, kumbaga, looking back, yung nakita ko dun is that na-mold dun yung attitude mo on how to respond things. Kasi 'di ba ang hirap ngayon ang hirap ng mga bagay-bagay, and perhaps ang nakaka-intensify din sa mga situations is how we respond things, how we respond to people, how we respond to circumstances. And with that, balik na tayo sa advocacy mo, which is yung mental health. Meron ka ba doon na motivation din kung bakit mo siya out of the many na pwede mong gawin or na i-pursue o na maging, kumbaga, flag bear, yung ganun na parang itatak sa'yo or associate sa'yo na advocacy. Ano ba yung nagtulak sa'yo? Wow, bakit mental health?
Again, it all started nung when my father passed away. So, sa family namin, emotions or showing emotions are not welcome. So, after that incident, we are, we moved on with our lives independently.
Without processing kung ano man yung nangyari.
I think we have our own way of processing what happened. Pero, hindi siya, alam mo yung parang napapag-usapan and all. So, and there were times na, nung after nawala si Papa, kasi si Papa, he's one of he's always there nung pageant ko. Si Mama, supportive man siya kasi before may work pa siya. So, si Papa lang palagi nun yung Pero my mother would always cheer me from home. So, parang it all started there sa abandonment and separation anxiety. Kasi, since emotions or being open in our family, and I grew up in a family na conventional. So, parang we are not allowed to talk back to the elder. So, I was one of the siblings that they would call the black sheep.
Hindi ka naman nasa middle child. I'm sorry if you don't mind.
Hindi naman. Pero parang I would say I was the parang I don't want to live my life in a conventional. I mean, there's positive side about it. Pero most of the time, pag conventional, hindi nakapag-open yung mga kids sa parents, which is I think very important kasi kailangan ng guidance eh. Kailangan ng guidance. Hindi kailangan ng imposition. Tama ba yung imposition? Yung parang ini-impose mo kung anong kinalakihan mo, ganyan-ganyan. Siyempre, yung mga kids, they have their own ways of finding out life. They will try this, they will try that. As a parent, I'm speaking generally. As a parent, it's your responsibility to guide them na hindi ganito, hindi man na parang if you do this, the consequences are this and that. Pero hindi mo dapat sabihin na huwag mong gawin yan, ganyan-ganyan, masama yan, ganyan-ganyan. Siyempre, ang idea ng bata is bakit masama? So, doon pumapasok yung curiosity na ang result is itatry niya instead na hindi niya itry. Ganun, kasi sinabi mong bawal. So, bakit bawal? So, itatry niya. So, instead of parang maging open ba yung mga kids, hindi nila nagagawa. So, they will find their way na mahanap yung answers nila outside home. Kaya, parang it's important din to have parang bonding and openness between the kids and the parents. And sa takeaway sa mental health, anong nag-push sa akin? Kasi, I suffered, I was not clinically diagnosed ng mental health disorders, but I knew something in me was going on na even if I tell people, they will not understand. So, by that time, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I will keep it in myself. Tapos, may mga time na ayoko na lang lumabas. Parang, I lost direction kung ano bang gusto kong gawin, ganun. Tapos, dinagdagan pa ng, yung course ko, wala siyang bar examination. So, basically, after you graduate, you're on your own. Unlike pag may bar examination, pag may bar, magte-take ka, after nyan, parang may possibility na makahanap ka kagad ng work. So, ako, parang, ako nun, experimental kung anong mag-work out sa akin. Actually, up until now, I'm still experimental. So, mental health kasi, there might be times na hindi ka maintindihan ng ibang tao, or kahit nga ikaw, kahit ako, I remember someone, hindi na mag-drop ng name. I remember someone told me na, hindi mo nga naiintindihan yung sarili mo. Why would you expect other people to understand you? And I was like, okay. And, di ba, parang, so, it takes a lot of self-discovery to know yourself on a deeper level. Like, hands-off talaga dun sa mga tao na alam nila bakit. Parang, alam nila kung ano nagkukos, why they are sad, why are they feeling sudden emotions, parang hats off. Like, I'm still practicing myself na ma-master ko yun kasi parang ang hirap talaga siya na parang may mga connotation pa na if you mention mental health to other people, they would just call you crazy or it's not even a real thing, ganon. But I'd say na parang you are may maraming mga thoughts eh. Hindi mo siya actually makikita. If alam niyo yung may mga news na sobrang happy nila in front of the camera. Tapos, the next few days, they committed suicide. Parang, ganun ka kalala yung mental health. And I would say na, sa ibang tao na, hindi mo man minsan maintindihan ng sarili mo. But please know that you are more than that. You are more than what your negative voices lurking in your head are telling you. You are more than that. You are more than capable. It's important to talk positive things sa sarili mo. Kasi parang tawag nito? Nag-radiate siya sa utak mo din. Kaya, ganun. Parang it's one of the most common issues right now, mental health, pero hindi masyado na focusan kasi, yun nga, yung parang people don't believe in it.
Or maybe yung iba din, in denial sila na ganito. Perhaps sila din, they're going through with that, pero hindi nila alam kasi perhaps busy din sila sa kung ginagawa nila, they're too preoccupied with various things.
Tapos siguro hindi sila aware. Like, yun, mental health awareness kasi may mga tao na nagja-judge sa mga bagay na hindi nila alam. Parang, hindi nila alam yung symptoms, ganun. Kaya, parang, yung isip nila is, hindi yun nag-exist kasi hindi nila alam kung anong symptoms. Kaya parang it's easy to invalidate people who are suffering from, this mental health disorders. Kaya, it's important na maging kind.
I definitely agree. Sana yung mga sinishare natin na quotes sa Facebook, yung sinasabi nila na let us be kind kasi we do not know kung ano nangyayari sa kanila. Sana kumbaga ma-embody natin yon sa buhay natin na in most times, if not at all, at least maging kind tayo. Actually, I had this moment kanina. I'm not that very kind. Pero hindi ko naman siya,
Pero okay lang, may mga tao talagang deserve.
Ay, hindi.
Okay.
Ay, ayoko siyang i-mention kasi parang ang pangit naman. pagdating ko lang doon sa namin, sa boarding house, ganyan. Wala, kumbaga, may negative lang akong na-feel because of the surroundings. Pero sabi ko, I need to just keep this emotion inside kasi January pa naman, baka matapos yung taon na iba yung emotion. So, perhaps yun nga, maybe they have, or maybe they are going through this certain experience or circumstance. Kaya nga, hindi na natin sila nakikita araw-araw, right? Kumbaga, siguro nakita natin siya for 4 hours straight, pero yung remaining 20 hours, ang dali lang yung remaining 20 hours, hindi natin alam kung nangyayari sa kanya. So, I think yun nga, yung sinabi mo na we should be kind. Ano man yung nangyari. Of course, as humans, meron tayong negative emotions. Hindi naman natin yun maiiwasan. Pero, yun nga, going back dun sa experience mo, I think we should check kung paano tayo rumiresponde sa mga bagay-bagay.
And it takes a lot of courage din na not to respond immediately.
Yeah.
Or not like, for example, may pet peeve ka, and then nakita mo yun na pet peeve mo, parang it takes so much of self-control not to say something about that.
Yeah. And on the other hand also, silence is already a loud echo of what you're trying to say. Kahit hindi mo naman sabihin. Sabi nga nila, kumbaga, yung silence pa daw yung mas malakas na response sa mga bagay-bagay.
I would agree. Silence is the best policy. Honesty pala.
Medyo hawig.
I would say Kasi, the more na nagre-react ka sa things,
mas nag-intensify pa yung situation. And sometimes, kumbaga yung mga tigers lurking within, na-free siya. Kasi perhaps we have that talaga, kumbaga nasa sa atin na lang kung paano siya i-manage. We are humans after all. So, yun, dun sa experiences mo, Miss Rochelle, ano ba yung look forward mo pa aside sa top 3 goals mo? And, okay, yun muna for now.
Like, look forward na personal, career?
Either personal or career.
I would say na I'm looking forward na for this 2025 na makabuild ako ng meaningful connections with other people. Like,
I'm sorry, but parang iba yung naiisip ko. Ano ba yan?
no, I mean, parang, I not romantically. Pero I want to, get to know more people, know their walks of life. So,
Yeah.
I can behave myself accordingly. And also, I want to try extreme activities. Like, gusto ko ma-reach ang fullest potential ko. Like, when I'm scared of something, I'm just gonna say, it's all in the head. I'm gonna do it anyway. Parang gusto ko yung yung people will remember you as someone na, she lived her life boldly and, parang always taking a risk. Siyempre, calculated risk naman. Yun. And travels. Travels din. And gusto ko rin Indonesia. Gusto ko din yung meditation. Basta, parang yun yung ko. More on, I want to master my mind, ganun. Na, kahit wala na akong jowa, ganun. Tapos, basta starting from now, I'm looking forward for something na I can build, na I have control over. And if there's none, then I will just continue living my life. Pero gusto ko talaga makabuild ng something na I can say na I own. Na ganun. It's all about self-discovery, self-awareness, meaningful connection, um, a happy job. I mean, job that I'm happy doing. Nothing more. I mean, nothing less. More pa. Di ba? Let's not, it's already 2025. Let's not settle for something, anything less than we deserve.
Wag, ako din, sinasabi ko to in the previous episode, hindi tayo maging, bare minimum enjoyer. Let's go beyond
Yes.
and above.
Kasi if I can do it for myself, I mean, if you are able to do everything on your own, why would you need somebody pa? Di ba? Like, so if there's somebody, I'm speaking from a certain perspective. I mean, if you are able to do everything on your own, then if may someone na they will try, then they have to prove their worth if they're really worthy to be in your life. If they're not, then why should you entertain it? Like, di ba? Parang you've been doing all the self-work, internal work, tapos pagdating ng, Peter! Hindi, I mean, it's general. I'd say na, lalo na pag babae, di ba? Parang, for all those years, women are being suppressed to be something like this, like that, and this, to own this and that. But, I think, nasa ano na tayo ngayon? 21st man. So, as a woman, para i-save mo ang sarili mo for future misery or agony, build everything on your own. Build everything on your own. Like, be contented with yourself as company. Kasi, nag-scroll ako sa TikTok and, sabi doon, fill your own cup and let them fall in love with the overflow. And, gusto ko yun ma-reach. I mean, gusto ko yun ma-reach na potential na, may parang I'm okay with people. Actually, I'm already practicing it. Like, I'm almost there. Simula nung pagkawala ni Papa, when my long-term relationship, when I resigned, when the Miss Kasangayan Philippines did not push through. Parang I'm quite proud of myself of how I handle things, especially for my losses. Na parang na-remind ako na maybe it's not meant for me or maybe it's not for me. Kaya yun nawala or kaya yun hindi nagstay. So, yun. It's
May the universe connect, Miss Rochelle, so that your plans will really realize.
yeah.
Praying for you.
Thank you.
And dun din, sana yung mga listeners natin and viewers natin for tonight, sana ma-radiate din sa buhay namin or sa buhay nila yung optimism mo and positivity towards things, and especially how you handle things. And right now, meron ka po ba, Miss Rochelle, na message sa ating Orange community and sa viewers na yun din, perhaps they are going through the same na dun sa nangyari sa'yo na travel or journey? Ano ba yung pwede mong masabi sa kanila or words of encouragement or wisdom, so that even travel is rough or the road is bumpy, they'll still continue and strive to reach their full potential and discover their genuine and authentic selves?
I think I already told everything, but I would say na life is not, or happiness, kasi you mentioned a while ago na people are striving to be happy and successful at the same time. But I would say that happiness is not linear. And so does sadness. So if you're going through something right now, just go through with it. Just go through with it. Do not stay there. Happiness is temporary, and so does sadness. So as long as you're breathing, as long as you choose to wake up every day and stand up, no matter how hard it is, know that you're still here in this world na maybe you haven't realized your purpose yet. So strive to be that person na parang nilolook forward mo kung ano talaga yung purpose mo sa buhay. Kasi if you already know what your purpose is, then I think everything will just fall into places. Be it in family, relationships, career, and all that. Yun. So, yun, life, bad days don't last, and so does good days. So you have to, like what you have said, you have to seize the moment. If you're going through something, go through with it. Don't stay there. Just go through with it. You'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Thank you so much, Miss Rochelle, for that wonderful sharing. Would highly take note of that. I was moved by your line. Happiness is not linear, and so sadness is. And sana yun din yung isabuhay natin with the Orange community. And really, we are really grateful to have you tonight.
Me too.
Ang dami naming natutunan sa'yo based sa sharing mo. And it's really inspiring and moving to listen to another captivating story of finding life's purpose. Kasi yun din naman talaga yung advocacy natin, to celebrate stories wherein we can inspire individuals to be also become empowered.
That's why I'm very thankful talaga sa Smart Speech. Kasi I started my journey with them when I was still in Thailand. And one of my weaknesses was public speaking. And when I was in Thailand, in my self discovery journey, sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi. My fear in public speaking will not hold me back from doing things or from speaking in front of the public. So, sabi ko, I wanna enroll. And really, especially to Coach Jaime, thank you so much. Kasi parang na-realize ko na it's actually okay to make mistake in front of other people. Kasi we are human. I mean, sabi nga nila, those who seek perfectionism is not happy with their life. Kaya mga perfectionist kayo, mga sad lang kayo. I mean, not really. Pero, di ba, there's beauty in making mistake. But do not do it naman intentionally.
The good thing is that we learn from our mistakes and not dwell on it so much. And you're a graduate of Absolve Crash Course, right? But I think you're already one of the voices of those who cannot raise their voice by themselves. Ikaw na yung boses nila. And before I forgot, if you're interested also to elevate your public speaking skills, our 5th batch of Absolve Crash Course will resume on January 15, 2025. Please don't forget and seize this chance to continue enhancing and elevating your skills.
Pwede mag-enroll ulit.
Pwede mag-enroll. Ikaw na yung next one of the speakers. Okay. All right. Thank you so much again, Ms. Rochelle, for being with us here tonight. Sana maraming natutunan at marami talaga kami natutunan for tonight's sharing. And to our viewers, Thank you so much for tuning in to our sixth episode of Amplifying Voices with our special guest, Ms. Rochelle Logamayo. We hope that you have been inspired by her life story and, like her, may respond to the call of creating empowered individuals. If you also have an inspiring story or talent that you want to share with the Orange community and the world, kindly contact us at smartspeech2023@gmail.com. See you in our next episode with another special guest. This has been your host, Saidi Bigtas, and together with Miss Rochelle Lagamayo, thank you for tuning in to our sixth episode. And let us continuously celebrate life stories and cover potentials in creating empowered individuals through amplifying voices, brought to you by Smart Speech Learning and Development Center. And before we end this live, we also want to extend our sincerest thanks to committed young volunteers and Kiwanis Club of Oragons and Smart Speech Learning Development Center for spearheading a volunteer program titled A Share a Pouch of Happiness. Thank you so much for your active support in our Orange advocacies. See you in the next episode. Bye.
See you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.